are starting this road trip vlog in the Dunkin' drive-thru line because where else would you start a road trip vlog, honestly? I mean, I got the idea from Samantha Schreiber, I will say, but I just feel like it's what you do at this point. It's almost 11 o'clock actually. I had my last exam this morning starting at 8 a.m. and yesterday I was supposed to have been like completely packed and like starting to put at least some of the smaller bags in my car, but I did pack in the morning actually. Essentially, we went to the cat cafe and then we went to the barn, and then after that I just sat in the living room and watched Frozen 1 and 2 actually. I mean, I was like reviewing for like the exam that I had this morning too, so while I was doing that, but it was mostly like not really going along with my plan. I never ended up going to Best Buy like I planned, so I just came from Target and I got an SD card for this camera, and then I also had to get tape. I have duct tape actually in my room, but I just like didn't think of it. I was just getting nervous because I like left everything that I had to pack into the car until like this morning. Also, I had to take the trash out. I had to like hide all of my contraband, which is just my toaster oven and my space heater, and I had to go through the fridge, but I did all of that this morning and I got ready like before it was even like 7 o'clock. I still haven't even looked up how far I have to drive. I'm gonna do that as soon as I get my coffee.
With the pumpkin flavor?
You said the mocha latte?
Mm-hmm.
It had pumpkin?
Wait, mocha?
You said the mocha latte?
Mm-hmm.
You said mocha, you said pumpkin flavor?
No, just oat milk, not mocha, sorry.
Pumpkin and oat milk, right?
Yes.
Alright, anything else?
Do you have the cheese croissant stuffer?
Really?
Okay, never mind.
Go for it.
I just looked up the directions to go to my house, and Waze is actually working. Maybe this is a Bones day. And Waze is actually the best because it always shows you the shortest way and it tells you where police officers are. Not saying that I never speed in my life, not saying that, but if I were to, it's like kind of helpful just to know my surroundings, you know what's going on, know what to expect before I get there. It's a little bit helpful, just a little bit. Okay. Let's see how bad this coffee tastes today. It says that I'm gonna get home at like close to midnight, honestly. Okay, it's not as milky as last time. It's actually not horrible. Definitely gonna need to stop for gas because when I've done this drive in the past, the car that I was in had a lot better gas mileage than mine does. Like her gas mileage had like at least over 400 miles per gallon. Wait, is that how you say it? Like when she had a full tank, it was like 400 miles, over 400 miles on the car. I don't know how to like actually talk about that. I'm just eating this granola. I don't really feel like stopping at another place. It would take too long and I'm just trying to get to go. Driving through Virginia, I'm remembering how when I was driving to the beach in the summer, I drove all the way from Ohio to the beach. Seems like so far. I honestly don't know how I've been doing all those drives. But anyways, that's where I was going, and I was stopping at a gas station, or trying to find a gas station in Virginia that day. And so I got off on this exit and there was like a 3-lane stoplight, and I was like, oh, why isn't anyone getting in the lane all the way to the right? And my turn to go to the gas station, I think it was like a Speedway or something, was going to be a right turn. So I was like, I want to be in the lane that's all the way to the right so I don't have to like cross 2 lanes in order to turn. The gas station was not that far away. I could see it ahead of me. But what I failed to see ahead of me was on the other side of the intersection, it went from 3 lanes to only 2. And there was no signs or anything saying that the right lane was only to turn into the shopping center. I probably should have just turned right and then turned around or whatever, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like hope that the person to the left of me is like not really paying that close of attention to when the light changes, and I'm just gonna go. And so I got ahead of them, and then I see police lights in the back. So I'm like, well, I know exactly what they're pulling me over for, but I'm just gonna pull over in the speedway that I was trying to get to, and hopefully they'll get the idea. So he comes up to me. I'm very confused. That's the first thing he said. I was like, just listening. Okay. I was like, why is he confused? He was like, I don't know why you got into the right lane and then you just like gunned it at that light. And so I explained to him my thought process. And then he was basically like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. And like, you're from out of town, so like, where are you going? And I was like, well, actually I'm on my way to North Carolina. And he was like, North Carolina's the other way. Why are you going this way? And I was like, well, I was trying to get this gas station because I need gas. And he was like, oh, okay. So basically just talked my way out of it. Not even a warning. He basically just was like, okay, like try and be safer. He just gave me advice. What's King's Dominion? I'm passing that right now. Probably an amusement park. Seems like it. The only update that I have as of right now is that I'm in bumper-to-bumper traffic and the windows are down currently because it's literally so hot outside. It's 73 degrees right now. And it is December 16th. I'm enjoying it while I can because I just have this weird feeling that it's not going to be this warm in Massachusetts. Waze is saying that the reason that there's traffic right now is because there's an accident. So we'll see when we get up there. Wait, seriously? That's all it was? Okay, well, at least I'm out of that. I think I'm actually heading towards Washington, D.C. because my thing took me in the HOV lane, and since I have Easy Pass, I can do that and not get charged. I think I'm looking at the Washington Monument right now. The, like, obelisk looking one. What is this? Yeah, Capitol Hill, straight ahead. And, of course, there's traffic. Quite some of the traffic, though. In the HOV lane, like, the regular lane was to the right of me, and there was actually slow traffic in that lane, so saved me a little bit of time, I guess. I have a feeling this is going to get complicated, driving through New York City. What? No. Where am I? Washington, D.C. Yeah. So that means that I'm going into Maryland. Right? Fucking finally. I've been in Virginia for like 2 years, feels like. What is the Spy Museum? What if I just like walked around Washington, D.C.? Just took a little field trip for myself. That'd be pretty fun. I've only been in Washington, D.C. in the summer when it's like 100 degrees every single day. So it might be interesting to see what it's like in December. I don't know. And last time I was here, I was in 8th grade. So I just stopped to get gas, and I'm on like back roads right now, I guess going through the city. And essentially it's like a 2-lane road, and I was in the bus lane for a while on the first road that I was on, and so obviously like when the bus would stop we would have to just either go around it or like wait for it to go after it picked up the people or dropped them off, whatever. But then, like, in that same lane, like, a bunch of people, they would park their car literally in, like, that lane. Because there's, like, houses, like, right there. Because people were parking in that lane. You would get up there and you're like, why is this car stopped? And it's holding everybody up. And it's because, like, they're parked, like, for their house. So, yeah, that was an interesting adventure. And I'm still not out of the city yet. I'm still not back on the highway. The amount of gas that I got, you know, I had like maybe 40 gallons left, so it's not even enough gas to get me all the way home. Like, I have 470 miles left, and I only have 389 miles in my full tank. I'm gonna have to stop for gas at least one more, but that means I want to stop for food. I won't feel like that. So right now I'm on a bridge over water, and I think it's the Chesapeake Bay, because the last thing that it said was just like keep straight on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. So I guess I'm going over the Chesapeake Bay right now. I don't think I've ever been on this bridge in my entire life. This is actually crazy. Honestly, it's taken me a different way every single time I've driven up north. Like, I don't know if it's like to do with what I specifically put in. Because at first I was like, oh, what if I just put in like Plymouth, like the town? Like maybe that would make it better than like typing in like my exact address. But I typed my exact address, and so it's gonna be like kind of accurate as to be pulling into the driveway, I guess. So I just passed the Delaware state line. Another time that I vividly remember going to Delaware, I mean, I definitely did in 2020. My vivid memory of going through Delaware was when I was on my 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C. Because I think we went to like a rest stop in Delaware. I think because the bus that we were on just needed more gas. I just remember we were all sleeping, I think, and we like woke up and they were like, okay, like now it's time to like stretch your legs, whatever, you know, go in the rest stop, whatever, do what you want. Yeah, that was like the only thing that I ever saw in Delaware in my entire life, basically. It kind of looks like a whole bunch of nothing still. I don't know anything about this state, literally. And as of right now, I'm more than halfway done with my drive. We still have like a little bit less than 6 hours to go, but yeah, that's the update as of now. And I started listening to Diaries of a Wedding Singer. This one wedding that she went to, she showed up late because obviously the band, you know, she doesn't have to be there the whole night, I guess. I actually didn't know that, but she usually doesn't show up early. She showed up at like 8 p.m., which is like towards the tail end of the wedding, and so obviously like she can get her own food for, but she was like so shocked the wedding coordinator like didn't even think to like feed the band at all. But yeah, that's all that she's kind of really talked about so far, but it seems like a good one. Okay, I've been in New Jersey for a little bit now. I'm back onto music. I'm listening to music to like try and wake me up because I could not focus on people talking anymore. But I just saw another Massachusetts car, so me and this car that I'm looking at right now, we in this together now. Well, actually, Massachusetts is a pretty big state, so they could be going literally anywhere. But no, we're homies now. That's the update as of now. I might film myself jamming to some of these songs because some of them are just so good. Every single of my life, I want you to stop and come on back. I'm gonna be single night tonight. Don't play games with my heart, ooh. Don't play, yeah, giving you mine. Then I'ma say goodbye. Every game you're playing, yeah, boy, I played them all before. And now when I'm on, this isn't no way a two-way street. I play sound and it's on repeat. I'm here hoping you see my snap, cause I'm not ready for us to ride.
Can't stop thinking about you day and night. Love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down, yeah, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You're the solution. You're the solution.
What I actually just realized is, since I've been in New Jersey, honestly, things are starting to look like a lot more familiar. Like, I remember doing this drive in 2020. Wait, I did it like this year too, actually. But it looked a lot different, and I know the reason why now is because I've never driven home. Oh my goodness. Is that a Scientology place? Do you see that? But,
What was that?
never driven straight from High Point campus to Massachusetts. That's why none of the roads like in the beginning of this drive like looked familiar to me. Oh, I'll probably like go through Virginia and West Virginia. But no, I wasn't in West Virginia at all. I was in Virginia for literally like majority of the beginning of the drive, okay? and that's where all the traffic was, my goodness. And then I was in Washington, D.C., and then I was in Maryland, and then Delaware, and now I'm in New Jersey. And I'm probably going to be in New York next. So I decided to go to a rest stop, but apparently it's illegal here to pump your own gas. I don't know. I guess I just wait. It's gonna add so much time now. Okay, I honestly don't have that much left to do. Y'all, I was debating on if I was gonna stop or not. I'm so glad that I did. This is the last service area. They call them service areas instead of rest stops here in the state of New Jersey. And I saw that they had a Pret-a-Manger, and I haven't had Pret since 2017, and I love it. I love that place. They gave me a cute little bag, right? I'm gonna keep that bag the entire winter break. Watch, I'm gonna use it so much. It's gonna be disgusting. Okay, this is me 2 seconds later. Got a giant Fiji water, and for some reason, instead of putting it back in the cup holder, you wanna know where I put it? I put it on the seat so that there's a puddle now beside me. All over my backpack for school, by the way. It's excellent. It's absolutely excellent. There's chaos right now. Anyway, George Washington Bridge, yes. Was I supposed to take that exit? Possibly. Yes, I was. No, right? Yeah? No. Yeah, I was. Oh, goodness. Okay. Rainbrook Parkway. But that's exciting. It means I'm officially in the north when you start seeing a Stop and Shop. Okay, I only got to eat half of my sandwich, and these freaking people in front of me made me sub my brakes, so now my sandwich is... Well, actually, it looks like it got saved, actually. Oh my god! Yeah, it's not wet at all. I was really scared. I thought I went into the puddle. What is my life today? I do not know.